Well, a little update on market and election rigging for 2012. I'm going to delve into the conspiracy area, but first, let us recognize Jesus saves and God. And there's going to be a hot time here tonight in the convent. Rabbis are welcome. You are not excluded. You're invited right at the door. Just show your pass. Anyway, smile. God loves you and Jesus saves. So these are some cute nuns too, by the way. You know, if you really think about it. So anyway, so I want to get on with something with this hurricane that happened here, Sandy, right? The one that just happened. What I'm thinking is going to happen here for the election, there's going to be millions and millions and millions of voters, especially Obama supporters, that are not going to be able to make it to the election. And that is going to make the race that's happening in New Jersey and New York that much closer, because mainly Obama's support is in New Jersey, New York, and in the metropolitan area. And guess what? That's where the storm is. I mean, even if the waters subside, the electricity may be off for a couple weeks. Gasoline is tough to get to. People are dealing with a hell of a lot of stuff. I mean, really, really. And, you know, I want to even comment a little bit about, you know, your investment in silver. You know, you got to put things in perspective. And, you know, that's one reason. For emergencies, you always need fiat cash, because it ain't like reality yet that we go spend silver coins. So, but, you know, something else. I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened with the markets, too. And, you know, really, you know, if you're looking around, I mean, they got some theories out there. But there's nothing really specific that caused this sell-off. And, you know, there's one thing I was thinking, too. I know somebody suggested this to me, but I was thinking it too, but I didn't think Hurricane Sandy was anywhere near of the same. I mean, it was catastrophic, but it wasn't anywhere near like what happened with the tsunami in Japan. The tsunami in Japan caused a major sell-off because they needed to have money for repairs and emergencies. So, but that still could have had some effect, but that was not the real trigger. It was actually non-farm payroll data. It was like going up, and I'm thinking, that doesn't really make sense why there was a sell-off. And you know, I know like the silver conspiracy theory is that's when they attacked, the banksters attacked, right a little after 8 a.m. I don't know, maybe. But you know, when you sell, you know, traders sell paper. They don't sell. And I agree with the thing about there's too much paper out there. There's not enough physical silver to match the demand. But you know, the other thing that happened here is like the finalization of the PMI data that came in. It actually went up a little bit. So I guess when you're looking at this, Europe looks bad though, but overall globally it's up. So I guess when you're looking at this and they're saying the payroll data, the non-farm payroll data was better than expected, they're supposedly, the markets supposedly are thinking Bernanke's going to back off of QE. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me, to tell you the truth, but that's what they're thinking. Now, I think what's going to happen here is Romney is actually going to be the one that's going to win, okay? And it's going to be a hotly contested election. There's always election fraud. I read Vote Scam 2000, which was out over 12 years ago. And there's a lot of, even though they attacked the book, you know, I've seen a lot of testimony where people, you know, said that they had backdoor programs into computer software, like it's the voting cheating doesn't occur right at the polls, but it comes about when it's tabulated. And it is a fact that the major media tabulates the votes. But I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, the election's rigged whether you voted for Obama or Romney, so I didn't vote for either one of them. That's kind of my opinion on it. Now, I was talking like yesterday, don't necessarily wait for the dips. You know, in other words, most people, I'm going to say virtually all people that listen to whatever I have to say about silver or investing in silver are already probably like about 50% in precious metals or more. You don't need to keep putting more in it. That would be my advice to those type of people. The people who don't have anything in it, you need to put a lot in it. I mean, a good percentage, way more than 10%. That would be my advice. But You don't need to keep buying on the dips. And I said something yesterday even about buying hemp seed, buying a Harley, whatever. Actually, in an emergency situation, these kind of bikes are pretty damn good. I mean, if you're scared to ride them, you put your sidecar on them or whatever you got to do. And you got a nice big storage area you can put stuff in. And they get, if they're smaller bikes, they get 70, 80 miles per gallon. So you can't beat that. That's a lot better than what you get on an economy car. So when there's fuel shortages coming up in the future due to emergencies, this is a practical type thing. Now, what I think is going to happen with this election, it's going to be hotly contested because of Hurricane Sandy. Now, am I a total conspiracy theorist? I'd say no. But I've realized that weather modification has been around for a long time, and the military does know a lot of stuff on how to do this. It's not fake. I mean, they just can't snap their fingers and make a hurricane, but they can make it a little stronger or less, or steer it and all this kind of garbage. And if you look up Dr. Livingston, he said this like 30 years ago, and he was the head guy that was in the military in the weather modification program. So I don't know about reading HARP charts or anything like that. I mean, I'm not going to get into that because to me that's hocus pocus. I have no idea what that stupid thing says in a million years. But I keep an open mind that possibly weather can be manipulated. I don't think that's too much of a stretch of an imagination. So they're going to use this storm as a political type thing to push for global warming agenda because the sea is rising, whatever. These guys are on crack. I'm going to tell you that right now. But some of this ain't going to work because this winter, especially in the UK and Europe, and probably in the Northeast, it's probably going to be hellaciously cold because the actual climate is cooling down. So this global warming crap is not going to last too long. They're going to use it during this storm, though. But who I think is going to win is going to be Romney. It's going to be very highly contested. But then the next character you're going to have to watch out for in 2016 is going to be this lady, the Dragon Lady, combined with FEMA and Walmart together to take away your rights. I don't like this lady, to tell you the truth. She's bad news, man. Ha ha ha, we killed Gaddafi. Ha ha ha. Anyway, she's horrible. She's horrible, man. And I don't even know why in her right mind supports this thing. And I'm talking to you. She's got most of her support with women. I mean, she's a bitch, okay? I mean, what are you bitches, and you gotta support another bitch? Yeah. I know. So you know what? You find out what that comes around goes around because, I'm a devil myself. So anyway, but I want to point out about all these people worried about silver and the markets and stuff. Part of it could have been from the hurricane and the need for liquidity because people's homes got totally destroyed, right? So say your home got or even severely damaged and all this crap happened. You need money. You need money. And a lot of the money probably was right in that area too, in the Northeast. I mean, I'm sure that's really where you see probably a lot of the on the brokerage investors. A lot are probably located in the Northeast. There's a lot of money up in the Northeast too. So that might have helped the sell-off, but a lot of it actually was triggered by the non-farm payroll data, and that doesn't make any damn sense. But it wasn't just a silver sell-off. I pointed out it was an every damn thing sell-off. More silver, but it was the Dow, oil, copper, palladium, oil, aluminum, the S&P, you name it. Everything was selling off. So if you want to buy in the dips, you don't necessarily have to buy silver. There could be something else that dipped very severely. So do your research carefully. And if you're one of these people that don't invest in the markets at all, and you're investing in physical assets, you might want to look at, I pushed a motorcycle. I should be selling these things. But I find that the two wheels, get a bicycle. How's that? Get a mountain bike. Get a motor for a mountain bike. They have special motors you can put on them. And guess what? You got yourself some emergency backup transportation that can go without fuel or with fuel. That might be a smarter thing than going buying more rolls of silver. That might be. Get yourself whatever you think you need if there was an absolute emergency. More food. That's always good to have. But, say you get filthy rich and you make a lot of money off of silver, say it goes up to this astronomical amount. I don't think it is, because actually one of my subscribers backed me up on this, man, because he knows his stuff really good, PhD and all that. But it's like if silver gets way up there, there are alternatives. There are alternatives. I just notice as a basic principle, that's the fear of all the miners. You know, they don't want it. They want a nice steady job. They don't want the stuff to be too low. They want the demand to be there. They don't want the price to go up too high too fast, because that means it shuts them down. And that's what happened. That'll happen with silver too. And I know people are going to say, thumbs down on that right away. Well, I'm telling you the truth, damn it. So, sorry. That's really how it works with any commodity, including like oil's more important. They'll find ways. They'll be using bicycles with motors on them or something. But say you make $1 gazillion on silver, here's your next problem. You know, you're this lonely old person or some crap, or say you're married and then you got 50 million kids demanding your money. Either way, you're screwed. It's probably more tough to keep money than it is even to make it. You know, it's like when you're climbing a mountain or something like that. You're not thinking about what's below. You're not thinking about what's on the side. You're just looking for the goal. But when you reach the top of the goal, then you get everybody around you like pulling on you. So, believe me, this is true as all hell. And then you get paranoid, you get suspicious and everything. And I'm sure this lady here, Anna, was very, you know, she gave her heart to this man. She loved him to death and everything. And that's just how it's going to be with your, you know, anybody else that's in your family, because that's really the ones you're going to have to watch out for. So if you make a slew of money on silver, your problems ain't over with, Bubba and Bubbettes, whatever the hell we have out here, because, you know, that's what happens, you know. So smile, God loves you. Get a Harley, go pick up yourself a nun, throw her on the back, have a good ride, you know. Take her to the convent, you know. Invite a rabbi, you know. Let's all have a good time. That's all I got to say.